Welcome to the NBA Coast to Coast podcast brought to you by legalized.com. Coming to you from the West Coast, Josh Lander, joined by my guy Nate Weitzer, out in New Orleans still. And we are ending our work week with an 11-game slate here, and we have plenty to choose from for our player props video today. Want to make sure to like and subscribe to that page. Also got a couple other game videos for you today that, like we said, lots to choose from. So there's some fun games to watch out there as well. Also want to head to thelines.com. There's plenty of great content on there from us. Also have our odds finder tool. That's what you can use to make sure that when you're picking these player props like we did in this video, you're seeing what the odds are available to you across all these U.S. sports books. Nate, let's go ahead and just jump right into our first player prop for the night.
Yeah, our player prop and also kind of our bonus game pick here is the Lakers to win at home against the Hawks. Won 3 in a row to end their road trip, including the last one without LeBron, which you love to see if you want to take LeBron's assists along with his points, because now the other guys have a little more confidence when he kicks him the ball. I mean, the assists have been down lately, but he did have 9 dimes to go along with 47 and 10 when he played this Hawks team just a week ago in Atlanta. Atlanta right now giving up the most paint points and most assists over their last 3 games. We've talked about their home road splits for a while now. They're pretty rough. And of course, LeBron is just on a tear. His last 4, when he was home, he was getting 7.5 dimes per game to go along with 32.5 points, which is pretty much where this number is, 39.5 points assists. I think you can tack on the rebounds at 48.5 because Atlanta's playing with a lot of pace right now. But I think you want to look at some double player performance doubles as well here with LeBron. If you agree the Lakers are going to win, I mean, there is triple-double in a win at plus 1,400, but things that are far more reasonable, like 35 points in a win plus 320 or double-double plus 300. His scoring prop is at 33.5 already, so 35 in the win doesn't seem that out of the question here against a team that, again, is giving up the most paint points recently.
Yeah, the most paint points. They're on the road, the most whatever points you want to score on them. And it's the year of Bron for sure right now in terms of all of his points. And yeah, I mean, throw the assists in there as well. He is diming up all over the place. I mean, the only reason we haven't been talking about him even more over his last 2 games where he's scored 90 points is because there's other dudes scoring like 50 and 70. So it's been tough to find who we should be talking about right now. But Bron has been somewhat quietly just having one of the best seasons that, definitely with the Lakers and of his career as well right now. So I'm going to go to a guy who we sort of danced around talking about in our Pelicans Nets video, because we kind of talked about how if Zion was in, we'd be a little bit more fearful of the Nets, weaknesses on defense, if you will, which is definitely a little bit more down low around the painted area. And so without Zion, that means Joe Val is just way even more likely to cook. So Jonas Valanciunas, 27.5 points and rebounds. That's minus 110 on DK. He's been getting a bunch of dimes, and it's like 7 or so that he's been getting over the course of his last 2 games without Zion in there. So if you look at the points, rebounds, and assists, 20.5, it's minus 120 just to add that up. But like I said, the 7 dimes over 2 games without Zion in the last 2 that he's played without him, the 3.5 a game, just needing to add the 1 more, it does decrease those odds for a reason, right? To get the extra assists in there. But if you just look at the points and rebounds and what he does when Zion's not in, like I said, in the last 2 without him, he's gotten the 3.5 a game in terms of the assists, but he's also had 18 points and 14.5 boards. That usage goes up to 29%. You definitely see them play through him a bunch more. That's also a reason for the assists. Without Zion since 2021, we're talking about 17.5 a game with about 12 boards. That was just in about 29 minutes per game as well, but I think you can expect him to be playing at least that tonight if he's not, run off the floor by those Nets and this isn't a blowout. Then I think you feel good about that as well. Really, since last year with Zion in there, it's about 23 points and rebounds combined, 24 minutes, as you probably don't need him quite as much. But last year when he did play at home versus Brooklyn without Zion, 20 points and 12 boards, also 3 assists in there. So yeah, like I said, the weaknesses for Brooklyn are those down low against guys like Claxton. If you can bully him with some girth and some weight like Joe Val possesses, then I think you got to feel good about him getting 28 points and rebounds combined without Zion there.
Yeah, Brooklyn, 7th most points per game to centers on the year, 5th most points in the last 5. 7th most rebounds. That's what I have there. So yeah, the points of the boards make sense, and the minutes is really the thing. Is that Joe Val, the spacing isn't as awkward when there's no Zion out there. They just kind of play through him in the post, and that's where he gets those easy assists. So all he has to do is draw a little bit of a stab from a defender on the wing, whip it out, and maybe he gets an assist off that. So tack those on if you like. I'm looking at rebounds and assists mostly here for Mr. Kyle Kuzma against the Thunder team. That's been a lot of fun lately. They're not strictly tanking. They're winning games, but they're playing in a real freewheeling style, especially at home, scoring 125 with a 103.2 pace in their last 4 at home. So Washington at OKC here, which is playing their 3rd game in 4 nights, by the way. So again, should be pretty free flowing, should be plenty of stats. And no Bradley Beal. Kuzma's stats are not exactly what you would expect without Beal. It's actually the exact same usage rate. He's actually more efficient with Beal and scores more points per game, but his peripherals do go up, particularly his assists, as he's more of a playmaker, also hits more threes. In any case, with Beal missing about half the games in the last month, Kuzma's been getting 23 points, 7 boards, 4 assists about. I think he goes over on those peripherals. It's 12.5 rebounds, assists for plus odds right now. And his last 3 against OKC, since he joined Wash, he's getting 14 rebounds and assists. And that's on just a 24% usage rate, as he was kind of still getting acclimated to his new team. And now it's very much, he's one of the primary playmakers for this team, maybe the primary playmaker when Beal sits, who is ruled out. So I like Kuzma to fill up the stat sheet here. I don't know if he gets his 20 points. That is the prop, but I do think he'll get enough peripherals to help you out there.
Well, I love Kyle Kuzma. He's one of my favorite players in the league for sure. And I have plenty of explanations for some of the stuff that you just said there, which I think was all spot on. There's a reason that he gets more assists when Bradley Beal's not in. That's pretty obvious. The defense is collapsing on him a lot more, meaning he has to kick it out. The thing is whether Bradley Beal is in there or not, Kyle Kuzma's getting his, right? Because he's like 6'10", big bodied, and is really down to shoot from pretty much anywhere on the court right now. So, he's chucking, he's putting it up, and he's getting his shots, whether Beal is in there or not. It's just a matter of, is he more open when Beal is in there because they can't collapse on him as much, right? So his field goal percentage goes down, his assists go up because he's got to get rid of the ball. And when he doesn't, he's taking, more covered shots essentially. So I agree with you to be a little bit more hesitant on the points, even though someone's got to score for them, which they've got plenty of that, by the way. But I love your bet, the way that you're posing it with the rebounds and assists is my main point. It's likely he could get 10 boards in this game. Very, very likely. So that already gets you, meaning you only need 3 assists to get that plus 104 money if you take that bet on Kuz tonight. So I'm going to finish things off with a guy that we haven't had the opportunity to talk about much this season, but now we do, because JoJo Embiid is out for the Philadelphia 76ers, which means insert Tyrese Maxey stats. You could probably talk about James Harden as well, but he's just been one of the best playmakers in the league all season, regardless of if Embiid is in there or not. I believe he's scoring or assisting on the highest percentage of points of anybody in the league right now. But Tyrese Maxey's in, and that means he is now at least second banana for sure to Harden, and there's going to be a lot more space and pace for this team, which is great for Tyrese Maxey and his speed. 22.5 points is what you can get that at FanDuel. That's minus 108. When I looked at this elsewhere, places like DK, it's 21.5, but it's like minus 140 on the odds there. So you're getting pretty much close to even money for him to get 23 points. I would add that extra one. Without Embiid, 5 games this season, I mean, it's easy. 31 points a game in those 5 without Embiid. 38.6 minutes per game with a 30% usage. And he's been coming back from injury, but I believe he's back. He had 37 minutes in their last game out that they won, 29 minutes the game before, 19 before. So he's been steadily increasing from 19 to 29 to 37 in these last games. I think you can expect him to have plenty of minutes tonight, as he's, like I said, been averaging close to 40 in the games that Embiid doesn't play. And then, playing Chicago, Caruso questionable, not sure if he's going to be there. That's huge for their, defense, but you got to expect him to be on Harden in this one as well as sort of point guard to point guard, if you will, which is the reason that Chicago's not quite as good at guarding opposing shooting guards. In their last 7, they're allowing the 5th most points to opposing shooting guards on the season. They're already in the bottom 10 overall. So it's an exploitable position, especially if Maxey's going to hit some threes, which he shoots about 8 a game in those games that Embiid doesn't play. So it's all just looking pretty like a decently high scoring game if Philly can definitely continue to hang along. And I think Chicago's offense has been rolling as well. So plenty of points to be scored. Maxey to get 23 feels right.
Yeah, if Caruso's out, giddy up on this pick for sure. They're not going to be able to slow Maxey down. I think he probably still gets his, even if Caruso's playing. But dude was only able to go 3 minutes. He's been against Brooklyn their last time out. He's been in and out of the lineup and tapping out of a few games with that nagging injury. So, yeah, Maxey skyrocketing usage without Embiid. I think this is a great pick to round things out here for the week.
Hell yeah. So rounding out this week, and that is all the time that we have for you. So make sure to like and subscribe to that page. Continue to follow along. Check out the other couple game videos we have up for you on this big 11-game slate to end this work week. And until we see you next, happy betting.